Wow, do you sell? Do you sell this? Can I buy this? Do you sell cocoons? Do you sell eggs? Bart, do you have livestock for sale? Where can I buy butterflies and moths? Bart, can you please tell me where to order moths like the ones that you have? Bart, can you send me moth cocoons, please? Yes, you can. Because I am going into sales, selling butterfly and moth cocoons internationally for a new company. It's my new job. A new chapter in my life. Are you curious? Well, then I'm going to tell you something about a new life update for me. So stay tuned and I'm going to answer some questions because I'm sure you'll have them. You listen. What's up everyone? It is an update time. That's a lousy one. Let's try another one of these. Yes, because I have a new job. A new job is a new reason to celebrate. So what is it? I'm going to work for a company called Pupae Supplies. And with this company, I'm going to ship and distribute cocoons and pupa of butterfly and moth cocoons internationally. So how does that work? Why did they hire me? And are there other things that I'm going to do? Well, stay tuned. Okay, update everyone. Bart Coppens has new job with butterflies and moths, and thus I have reason to celebrate because of course I am happy to get this. I was referencing this before in some of my older videos, but it was not possible for me to share the details because I was still negotiating with my new employers. However, we have a new website. It's called Pupae Supplies, and for them I'm going to be working. How all of this works and all the details I'm going to tell you right now if you have the time to listen to me. I have some commonly asked questions here in my booklet, although nobody asked me questions about this yet because I kept it a secret until now. But they are the questions that I think people are going to ask me. But first I'm going to tell you a description of this new job. First of all, it is a new supplier of cocoons of moth and butterfly pupa in Europe. Perhaps you are familiar with butterfly houses in zoos. They have sometimes these greenhouses, these exhibits, where visitors can visit for a small entry fee and watch the tropical butterflies flying around. Now, butterflies and moths only live for a very short time. So these companies often have to keep buying butterfly pupa every week in huge quantities, and it's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pupa all the time. So even though it's a very small and niche market, there is some money to be made. And I will be, amongst other things, doing the shipping of these pupa and cocoons and the sales. But there is more. I will also be doing conservation of moths and butterflies in the wild, and also be helping the regulating the breeding programs that we have of species that we export to Europe. So that means I'm able to influence the species that our butterfly farmers breed. And these farmers, they live in other countries like the Philippines, Vietnam, Costa Rica, Tanzania. I'm sure we have more context than that, but it's just some examples. There's butterfly farmers all over the world. They send their cocoons to us and we sell and distribute them. And we use the profit, of course, for our company, but also for conservation research and more, and expanding our network, of course. And that's how it works. So if you're curious, check out Butterfly Pupae Supplies. Our website is already operational. I'm going to be shipping thousands of butterfly and moth cocoons in Europe. And this is of course going to be a big change in my life because it means I'm no longer a hobbyist but a professional. Of course, I was making a little bit of money from YouTube. You're watching my video right now. I was making money from, but not enough to do it full time. I still had a part-time job in a warehouse at DHL, but slowly I'm making the transition to this new company. But you probably want to know the insides and outsides, and if you were really curious about how all of this works, and if it's going to change me and my channel, then well, then we are going to find out. So here I have some questions that some of you may be wondering. Number one, are you going to sell animals on YouTube? The answer to this is no, I am not going to sell animals on YouTube. Why? This YouTube channel is my private channel, it's my hobby channel. I can upload silly things here, I can upload fun things here. And this YouTube channel, it's a nice channel, but I don't want to use it to represent a company, okay? That will be a little bit weird. Second of all, social media platforms don't like it if you sell animals. If you use Facebook to sell animals, they can ban you. If you use YouTube to sell animals, I don't think they're going to like it, they may ban you, okay? And I'm sure that if you go on Instagram and advertise animals as well, they're not going to like it. In fact, there's other platforms for this. We have our own professional website where people can order, but there's also forums for hobbyists and butterfly farms where they can order pupa online and we ship them to the customer. So no, I am not going to sell them on YouTube. So that's maybe a relief, because some of you may be worried that I'm going to upload advertisements here. Obviously I'm going to advertise it a little bit because I have all this influence online, and of course I'm going to use it to promote our company a little bit. But this YouTube channel is still a fun space for hobbyists. It's supposed to be educational and fun, and I'm not going to turn it into a giant commercial for pets. Second of all, who do you work for? This question has already been asked a few times. Well, the backstory is this. Okay, over the world there are many small butterfly farms where butterfly farmers work. Often these people who work there are native people. But there's for a lot of them are in Asia, for example, Vietnam, Indonesia, well, Indochina, the Philippines, I mentioned them, Laos, but also Florida, South America, Ecuador, Costa Rica, Peru, Tanzania, Cameroon. Worldwide there are many of these small butterfly farms. And these farmers, they ship their pupa to Europe, to another company. Basically this company is a middleman, and this middleman is the one who sells them to butterfly farms and to hobbyists, etc. So it's basically like a logistical operation, a big network that is used to distribute pupa. Now there were 3 people who were very unhappy with how this market works. They told me, Bart, we're doing a lot of effort to farm butterflies and moths, but we're not making enough profit from the cocoons and pupa that we breed. And basically they were unhappy with the amount of profit, revenue that they make. They said to me, what if we start selling our cocoons ourselves without using a middleman or a distributor? Obviously they hired me to do this, so I will be in some way a middleman, but I more or less work directly for these farms. So it's for them, they will pay me less revenue than they pay these big companies that sell these cocoons. Of course they pay me a little bit, but because I'm not an independent company and I work for them, they can ask a lower price basically for the distribution. Anyways, the initiative was started more or less in the Philippines. Why, I don't know, but there were several farms in the Philippines that were unhappy, and they talked to each other to start a new initiative, and basically they needed someone in Europe to do errands for them, and that would be me. But there's also a person, one in Florida and one in Vietnam. So basically the money is coming from three different people. One is one person in Florida, one is one person in Vietnam, and the third is basically a group of farms in the Philippines who put money together to do this. I asked them, can I reveal your names on YouTube? But they said no. I don't know why. Maybe they don't like the publicity. But they say it's okay to tell my viewers where these people come from. And they're basically paying me to do this, to set up this new company in Europe. So I'm really curious how that works out. Of course, it's a very new company, so it could be a huge success, but it can also still fail because we are completely new on the market, and it is hard to be a new company. There is some competition. It's a small market, but I'm pretty sure there's competition. So we still have to ask for new customers, etc. Third question: is this going to affect your content? Yes, but positively. Of course, I myself am a huge enthusiast and hobbyist, and that's basically where I came from. I haven't got a degree in biology. I was always this enthusiastic little kid with butterflies and moths who posted them everywhere online. I made a website, I made a YouTube channel, and that all became a success. I was very lucky to be successful with this. But even so, I was always still a hobbyist, and I will still remain a hobbyist. But now I finally have work with butterflies and moths. It means I will have even more things to film. But do not worry, my content is not going to change. I am still going to breed butterflies and moths for fun, not only for work. I'm still going to do it myself. In fact, if I make more money, I will probably start breeding more species as well. So that means the things that I will be able to film will only become more and better. But now I can't only show you my hobby, I can also show you my job. Because of course, if you hire me to work with butterflies and moths, I'm going to film it. So now I can show you, the viewer, the professional world of butterfly and moth farming. So it's going to be a huge upgrade for my channel, because you're going to see hobby breeding and professional breeding and how someone can actually make a living with butterflies and moths. That's a big upgrade, right? But there is one downside. Of course, having this new job will make me very busy. So it means I will have more things to film, but less time to make videos. So I think you're going to see less videos this year, but when I upload them, they're going to be better quality. And also behind the scenes of a big butterfly and moth company. That's good, right? Question number 4. Are you only going to do sales? No. I'm also going to do research and conservation, and I am really happy to announce that. However, we are a private company. You know what it means? Aha! Well, you see, if you go to school, you study entomology, you study biology, or something like that, then your employer, at least, could be a university or a private company. But you're probably going to get a fund grant for research. Maybe it's the government, maybe it's a university. However, because we are a private company, we don't have such a thing. And the money has to come from somewhere. So the majority of the time, yes, I'm going to be doing sales. I'm going to be doing commercial things. And it's funny because I like butterflies and moths for the knowledge that they offer us, you know. I like studying them. I like learning about them. And doing commercial things with them, like selling them for business, is not always what I had in mind. However, I realize that if I want to do research and conservation, the money has to come from somewhere, because we are a private company. And this is through sales. However, the good news is if I do this correctly, if I do the sales well, we can use some of the funds that we make, if it's successful, to do research projects and conservations. And that would give me many opportunities, because I really want to design some conservation projects that protect rare species of moths. And if I do this job well, that means that I could actually pull this off. So if I do the commercial side of things very well and do my best for my new employers, that means the knowledge aspect, I will have a big influence as well. That means internationally traveling to do research, for example, looking at Saturniidae or other big moths in the tropics, and actually researching them. That's going to be exciting. But in order to do fun things, we have to make money. That's how it works. It's a new job, but it's still business. And fun things cost money. However, the good news is, yes, there's going to be other things than sales. There's going to be research. There's going to be conservation. I can design breeding programs, etc. So question number 6 is, why did they choose you? That's an interesting question, because if you think about it, I'm really just a silly guy on YouTube who likes to play with insects. And you wouldn't expect a new company to put so much trust in me as to hire me for their operation. But first of all, I have a lot of enthusiasm. That's worth something. I mean, I made about almost 1,000 videos about butterflies and moths. And basically for free, because YouTube, I mean, I make a little bit from it, but way not enough to be doing this. I'm doing this out of enthusiasm because I like it. And I think the enthusiasm, it is a big benefit, you know, because an average person could be overworked, they could have a burnout, they could have a lot of stress if you force them to work with the same thing over and over again every day. But me, working with butterflies and moths full time, it only energizes me. It only makes me stronger, because I'm a little bit crazy. Try to find someone that likes to play with insects full time. It will be hard. There's not many people like that around, actually. Second of all, I have influence. Now, I told you before that I'm just a little hobbyist. Well, not anymore, but I used to be. But as a hobbyist, I have built a very large network for myself on YouTube, but also in real life. I know most of the people in the butterfly and moth business very well. Not because I'm a salesman, but because I was a huge customer of them. I've bred so many moth species that I had to buy them also in huge quantities, so most of the suppliers know me very well as their customer. Too bad I'm going to be a competitor now. It feels a little bit bad because I really like some of these guys. And now I'm going to be competing against, well, some of the people I consider as friends. That kind of sucks, to be honest, but business is business and I hope they won't take it personally. I still wish them the best in the world. Last but not least, I'm well known. I get a lot of attention. So for the company, that's a bonus, because actually the people who are helping me behind the scenes, they don't seem to like attention that much. Why? I don't know. Maybe they want to remain secret, maybe have something to hide. I hope not. Anyway, I am a huge distraction because I am the opposite of that. They don't like attention, but I like attention, and I already get a lot of attention. So basically, I kind of distract the attention away from these people. I take the attention from them and I put it to me. So by representing this company myself, the other people can work behind the scenes, and I can be the giant attention-thirsty person that I've always been. So that's a win-win situation, because I can use it to grow my YouTube, I can use it to grow my website, my private platforms, while working for them and keeping them out of the spotlight. Another question somebody is probably going to ask me, oh Bart, can you get me this and this species? No, sorry. The species that you see in my videos are not the species that I'm going to sell, okay? There's a difference between the animals that I have for my hobby and the animals that I will sell for my work. So if you look on my YouTube channel and see a nice species that you want to breed and ask me, "Whoa Bart, can I buy this from you?" The answer is going to be, sorry, no. I don't sell the animals that I film. The company is going to send me a lot of cocoons and I have to sell the cocoons that they send me. Okay, that's also their decision, not entirely my decision. We have, however, on our website an availability list. And this list shows the species that are for sale right now. And this list will change every few weeks. So, can I get you some species that are nice? The answer is yes. But can I give you the specific species that you are looking for? The answer is probably no. Especially not if you've seen it on my website or in my video and you really want to have that species from me. Sorry, I don't sell that one. You have to look on the website on what the company is supplying. I still don't plan to sell my hobby animals. They are different, they are not for sale. Another question is it going to be hard to combine work and hobby? Yes, it will be hard to separate them. Of course, both of them are about butterflies and moths, but this I am doing for fun, but I'm going to be really busy now in real life. So this year is going to be the first year where I'll have to choose, should I put energy in my hobby or energy in my work, and I can't do both things. So it could be that I'm going to be busier this year than in all previous years. I'm still working on some very big videos, but it could be that I'm going to make less videos. I'm sorry for that. But real life comes before YouTube. I'm sorry, I like all of you. But I still have to make a living. And YouTube isn't simply doing that. Another question I expect to get is, "Well Bart, I didn't know you were for hire. Can we actually hire you?" The answer is yes and no. You see, everything in life has a price, and so do I. In fact, last year I was quite desperate for a new job because financially I have been struggling and still am somewhat struggling financially. So this came at a really good moment. So I don't know if many people realize the fact yet that if you probably ask me and give me a good offer, I will do things for you as well. However, now I got this new job. Of course I can't do things that will be a conflict of interest. You see, this company is the first company that really showed interest in me as to make me their full-time employee. So I'm not going to disrespect it. I mean, for the past 7 years I was available to work for anyone who asked me. So it would be a little bit weird if only after someone finally shows interest to suddenly jump onto the next opportunity. These people were the first people to hire me full-time, so to speak. So of course I'm not going to betray them now. I'm committed to my new job. But the thing is, I'm going to be doing a sales commercial program for butterfly and moth pupa distribution. But I'm still open to requests, as long as they are not a conflict of interest. For example, if you ask me, "Bart, can you help me to run my butterfly farm?" The answer is going to be no. Why? Because now at the moment I will be working for a few butterfly farms, and during my work I'm going to learn a lot of things from them, including business secrets. So it would be cheating to take that knowledge and sell it to another butterfly farm, you know? Because the experience that I'm making as a butterfly farmer right now is experience that I'm making through my employer, I'm also learning things from them behind the scenes. And to do that for another butterfly farm, that would be a little bit of betrayal, if you understand what I mean. But if you ask me, for example, Bart, I need to write an article about moths. Can you help me with that? The answer would be yes. I could do that, for example. If you hired me to do that, I would do it. Because that part is only knowledge. It is not inside information or business secrets that will hurt our business. So yeah, that would be no problem. Or if you ask me, for example, Bart, are you going to do a promotion? Do you want to promote my website for me? Do you want to promote my butterfly and moth book for me? The answer would be maybe. It depends on what it is. If you have a website, for example, that sells butterflies and moth cocoons, then I'm going to have to say no. Because our company is also doing sales, and it would be a little bit double for me to promote the website of a competitor. But if it's just a website with knowledge, how to breed them, or maybe just a website with biological information, say you make a website about all the butterflies of America and it's completely educational, and you ask me to promote that, I would say yes, definitely. That's not a conflict of interest, and I am always interested in helping people in the butterfly and moth world. If you ask me, Bart, do you want to do sales for my company? The answer is going to be probably no. It depends what you're really selling though. Unless the product is completely unrelated to selling livestock of butterflies and moths, then maybe I could think about it. But if you ask me, Bart, we want to do scientific research on butterflies and moths, we need someone to identify them on an expedition to collect Saturniidae, then I would say yes, because that's not a conflict of interest. Or do you want to help me write or develop a book about butterflies and moths? I would probably say yes to that. If it's an educational book that doesn't promote, well, books don't promote sales most of the time. So if someone approached me and asked me, Bart, do you want to help us develop a nice butterfly and moth book and provide information and pictures, and yes, I would do that in a heartbeat. So obviously some people don't realize that you just have to ask me. And these guys were just the first people to ask me. So of course I'm going to stay loyal to them. But I'm still in the business of transferring my knowledge and inside information. So if there are any questions, let me tell you in the comments. Anyways, I would just like to take a moment to thank all you guys for watching my channel. If it wasn't for social media, I would never have graduated from being a hobbyist to someone who professionally works with butterflies and moths. Although it's not only because of YouTube, it's also because of my website and various things that I've done in real life. But it is a huge advantage to have such also a big public, because it also works like a shield of protection, because there's a lot of people who have basically they have, well, positive judgment about me, so to speak. And when you work with animals, your reputation is very important. And it's very hard to damage the reputation of somebody that is very well known, that knows almost everybody in the butterfly and moth business, and it has a large audience. For example, I could upload a video and say anything, and hundreds of people are going to listen to it. And that makes it a little bit scary, so to say, if you would do anything to damage the reputation of a company. I mean, if somebody tried it with me, everybody is going to know about it, right? But I also know the people in the Netherlands who work at Customs. I know them personally, I've spoken to them before, I've been in their office. I know almost all the natural history museums in the Netherlands, and they also help with inspections and customs, and oh my god, all the many butterfly and moth farmers already know me. So I'm basically entering a market and almost everybody already knows me. And most of them have a positive judgment about me. So that gives me big advantage. Yeah, that's it basically. Let me think, is there anything else I would like to say? Oh yeah, I also want to say, I know a lot of people are going to congratulate me for getting a new job and whatnot. But the thing is, I don't want to sit here and pretend that I made it. I haven't made it yet. We're a completely new company and this whole thing can still fail. The next few months are going to be crucial for us. And what I do, my competence is also going to be crucial. I don't want to pretend like, oh my god, my life has changed forever. It can, if I do this well. If I do this right, I will have so many opportunities. International travel, research, everything, breathing, and also a normal salary. Hey, but only if I prove myself. If I fuck this up, so to speak, then the whole operation may just be ruined. So I just wanted to say that, I mean, because of that it could be that I'm a little bit distracted with real life. You could see a little bit less videos, because guys, this dude has to make money. It sucks that we have to make money to be alive, but that's how the world works, how the economy works. And it's going to be interesting because I'm also not very experienced when it comes to business. I know about farming butterflies and moths, obviously. I'm somewhat of a more experienced breeder. But the whole business aspect for it is going to be completely new. It's strange that I have to act a little bit more selfishly now. Because for all the years I've done this, I've given basically everything away for free. The museum I work in, I'm actually a volunteer there. They're not paying me. I'm sacrificing my free time to help their entomological collection. My YouTube channel, well, I get donations from it, of course, and they help me financially. But if you look at the amount of time I put in this channel and the amount I get back, well, I'm also more or less doing it for free, and that's okay because I enjoy it. My website shows breeding guides for butterflies and moths, plus all the information that I learned about them. I don't have breeding secrets. I think it's stupid to keep information for yourself. I'm a big believer in free and accessible information. But if you think about it, the website I made, this YouTube channel, everything that I've done in my life was basically for free, giving out information for free, giving out knowledge for free. And for the first time, you guys, I think I'm going to have to act more selfishly because little old Bart also has to think of himself. And I told you that financially I haven't been doing that well the last few years. I struggled a lot. So now I finally have a business opportunity. It's a bit funny because it's a little bit against my moral values, but I'm going to have to, you know, capitalize on my knowledge a little bit. But on the other hand, you could argue, even though I've made all this content for years and financially it didn't help me, it helped me get a job. So maybe in some way you can think about it and say, hey, maybe that was the end game. Maybe it paid off after all. So I'm glad. It's going to be a new chapter of my life and I'm going to take all of you with me. As long as YouTube exists as a website, I'm going to be uploading videos on it for you. In bad times, in good times. And it would be nice if all of you saw me grow from the small, enthusiastic kid that likes to play with butterflies and moths, grow into a professional, and see the caterpillar become a butterfly. Who knows? Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. I may do a second video about this. Once the work has started, I'm going to film everything I do and show you my work. So yeah, it would be good. Last but not least, I love you all. If any competitors are watching this, I also love all of you. I want to give a shout out to Matt Simmons, Stratford Butterfly Farm, Jay and Cassie, Worldwide Butterflies, These are people who sold me cocoons for years when I was a hobbyist in really good price and good quality as well. And I'm not sure if any of these people watch my YouTube channel. Probably not. Probably not. But if they do, I want to say thank you for everything that you've done for me. And I really hope that you will... I really hope that you won't see me just as a competitor, but also as an enthusiast. Because in the end of the day, even though we are competing on a small market, I think all of us are in this business because we like butterflies and moths, because... Sorry, I had to do that. Because we are fascinated by them. And not just because we want to make money from them, right? I mean, obviously we do, but if you really want to make money, you sell jewelry, you sell stocks. I don't know. What is it that you do to make money nowadays? Start a web shop, do drop shipping, sell electronics or iPhones. But people who want to make money, they don't start a butterfly and moth business unless you really like butterflies and moths. And so do I. I live for them. So, and I really hope that that we can remember that, honestly. It's something to think about, but I feel strangely supportive towards people who are now, I guess in some way, a competitor. But I still wish them the best. And I hope that in the future maybe I can help them as well. Anyways, check it out guys. We have a website, butterflypupasupplies.com. We have a price list available with available livestock. It will change every few weeks. And we also ship them internationally. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again next time.